The DJI Osmo Pocket 4, based on everything that has surfaced through recent leaks, rumored specifications, and early regulatory filings, is shaping up to be a major leap forward for pocket-sized gimbal cameras. Instead of simply refining what previous Pocket generations already did well, the Pocket 4 appears to be pushing toward a more ambitious category, one that blends portability with features traditionally found on larger, more advanced filmmaking systems. Earlier Pocket models thrived on their simplicity. One sensor, one lens, a compact gimbal, and reliable stabilization in almost any situation. But with the Pocket 4, DJI seems to be stepping beyond that formula by experimenting with a dual sensor layout, upgraded displays, more advanced color and video options, and a body design that suggests a deeper focus on creators who demand flexibility. At the center of the excitement is the dual sensor concept. Historically, Pocket models have used a single sensor, mounted to a 3-axis gimbal, keeping operations straightforward and predictable. But leaked images and technical whispers suggest that the Pocket 4 might break that tradition by featuring 2 sensors placed close together. The purpose of this second sensor has sparked plenty of speculation. One likely interpretation is that DJI is aiming for 2 different focal lengths, perhaps a wide lens and a standard lens, or a main sensor supported by a secondary sensor optimized for portraits, zoom, or depth calculation. The rumored connection to a 50-megapixel OmniVision sensor adds even more weight to this idea. If the Pocket 4 does indeed include such a high-resolution sensor in the 1/1.3-inch class, it would represent a major upgrade over previous generations, bringing improvements in sharpness, low light performance, and dynamic range. A sensor with that level of detail could enable lossless in-sensor zoom, giving users the feeling of switching lenses without physically changing anything. For creators, this expands narrative possibilities, opening with a wide travel shot, transitioning into a more personal medium shot, and grabbing a portrait-style close-up, all without swapping gear or carrying multiple cameras. In an era where storytelling flexibility matters as much as image quality, the Pocket 4's reported sensor system could become one of its defining strengths. Video capabilities, already a hallmark of the Pocket series, appear to be stepping up dramatically as well. Leaks suggest the inclusion of high frame rate 4K recording, potentially allowing ultra-smooth slow motion that retains detail even when played back at a fraction of real speed. Alongside that, several sources mention support for 10-bit color, D-Log-M, HDR modes, and other pro-level color profiles more commonly found on larger mirrorless cameras. These upgrades may not seem flashy at first glance, but they have enormous implications for creators. Shooting in 10-bit unlocks far more color information, resulting in footage that can withstand heavier color grading without banding or harsh transitions. D-Log-M, if included, would allow users to capture more dynamic range, preserving skies, shadows, and highlights in challenging lighting conditions. Combined with improved stabilization from the gimbal, these features could allow creators to shoot travel videos, documentaries, product footage, and short films with a cinematic touch, all from a device that slips into a small pocket. Of course, pushing these specs in such a tiny body raises questions about heat management and battery longevity. High frame rates and 10-bit recording are demanding tasks, so a lot will depend on DJI's engineering choices. Whether the Pocket 4 can deliver these capabilities consistently without overheating will likely be one of the biggest deciding factors when real-world reviews arrive. The design direction of the Pocket 4 is another area generating buzz. Community-circulated images show a refined shape with what looks like a slimmer and slightly longer body, redesigned control buttons, and perhaps the most exciting development for vloggers, a secondary screen facing the subject. This addition, if accurate, could significantly improve how users frame themselves or others while filming. In the Pocket 3, DJI introduced a rotating screen, but a dedicated front display could make self-recording even more seamless and intuitive. It would eliminate the awkwardness of reframing multiple times or relying on guesswork, enabling more spontaneous and natural takes. There are also hints that the Pocket 4 may include improved autofocus and subject detection, potentially enhanced by the dual camera setup. If these systems feed into Active Track, one of DJI's most recognizable software features, users could experience smoother tracking of fast-moving subjects, more accurate face detection, and more stable footage even in complex environments. For solo creators who film themselves walking, talking, or demonstrating products, these upgrades could be transformative. Despite all the excitement, it's important to separate what's confirmed from what's still speculative. Some of the strongest indications, such as FCC filings and industry paperwork, suggest that the device is indeed real and nearing an official launch. Many tech outlets have floated a December release window, which aligns with DJI's typical product cycle timing. However, leaks often contain placeholders, prototype specs, or early-stage features that may change before launch. It's entirely possible that certain speculations, such as the specific megapixel count or the exact purpose of the second sensor, could shift in the final product. Some features may launch later via firmware updates, or DJI may choose to separate certain capabilities into different package tiers or accessory bundles. For anyone strongly considering an upgrade, the safest approach remains waiting for the official announcement and the hands-on reviews that follow. Real-world tests will ultimately determine how well the Pocket 4 performs in terms of image quality, overheating, battery life, audio capture, and stabilization. Assuming the rumored specs are accurate, the Pocket 4 would appeal to a wide range of users. Travel vloggers would appreciate the lighter kit and better low-light performance for capturing night markets, cityscapes, and handheld walk-and-talk sequences. Small production teams could use the Pocket 4 as a compact B camera for tight spaces or dynamic shots that don't require a full rig. Social media creators could benefit from the upgraded colors, extra focal length options, and the subject-facing display for quick talking head videos. Even photographers might find unexpected value in the high megapixel stills the larger sensor can produce. However, professionals working with interchangeable lens cameras will likely still rely on their larger systems for projects needing full control over optics, depth of field, and external audio gear. The Pocket 4 seems positioned as a powerful addition, not a replacement, to a creator's overall toolkit. Its main trade-offs will probably revolve around battery life, heat buildup during intensive recording, and the inherent limits of having a fixed lens on a gimbal-mounted system.